Hey, my truth seekers, this is your sister Truth Seeker 5000 getting on here to give you guys another Christian review of the Mary Mary Show, Season 3, Episode number 9. You guys, I'm feeling good just getting back from shopping, and I said, you know what, let me get on here. I know they're looking for me, and sure enough, I had messages, you guys. So here I am, like to hear it, here it go. Now, Teddy, it opens up with him, at the door dressed like Easter Sunday, coming to beg to come back home. And Tina, as usual, she has this big goo goo gaga smile, blushing like a little girl, a little schoolgirl crush and everything. Um, she just needs to go ahead and just let him back in, were my thoughts when I saw that opening. They were already working on it anyway. So it does seem like she's still, it doesn't seem like she's that angry with him. She looks at him so lovingly and just like they have renewed their vows or something, just with love, and that's a good thing. So she may as well let him come back. Now, Erica in the next scene meets with Warren to push him uh, about working on her record. Now, I do feel like Warren had a point, though, saying that Erica does not have herself 100% into her own self and brand. She's too much into this Tina's business and their brand together, which is Mary Mary, of course. I do feel Warren has Erica's best interest at heart. He does try to school her about the game, and she doesn't want to hear it, but the truth is the truth. Regardless of who's saying it, if it's her husband or a CEO of a mogul company or a wino homeless person on the street. I mean, the truth is the light. So she should listen. I also was so surprised that you guys diss Warren. You guys' comment just hating on Warren. Y'all couldn't stand him. I did not know actually so many of you guys felt that way. Like he was a real Ike Turner. You guys went in on him in the comments and everything in the last video, and I was just like, wow, and I didn't know. I like him. And I feel like Erica needs a strong leader man because in even Warren's own words, Erica is quite naive. You know, um, these are grown women. I feel they have 14 to 16-year-old mental maturity, in my opinion, though. I was a teenager and I also am raising a teenager. I have a teenage girl. I know how she acts and I see the similarities in these grown women, so it is what it is. There's some deep rooted issues going on there. We'll get into that later. So, the next scene, Erica is in the studio. She's singing Help and she's complaining that her throat feels itchy and scratchy, on fire. And ironically, she was singing the song Help. Yeah, you better watch. No signs. But the next scene, Erica shows off her self-portrait and self-named shirts on these t-shirts. Also I noticed that the t-shirt that Tina was wearing said Drum Life. I actually thought when I saw it, and you guys comment below if you thought the same thing, because if you did, we here. We with the Funagi, okay? But I actually thought that the t-shirt said Drama Life. Okay? And I was about to say, yes, that shirt is perfect for her. But it said Drum Life, okay? But that's what I thought it said. But anyway, Erica tells Tina about her voice issues, in the studio, and Tina tells her to go to the doctor, and rightly so. Next scene, Erica goes to the doctor, and the doctor tells her that she has a ruptured blood vessel and a callus growing on her node of her vocal cord. And, he said that not only does she have to be careful singing, but she also even have to be careful talking. or she could permanently damage her voice, which was very, sad. My goodness. But thinking back to previous videos and everything and shows that they have put on, I do notice that Erica, she sings very hard, you know, and she tries to carry the ending of it all too long sometimes. She just go on and on and on. It's like, okay, close the lights on the note. She goes on too long, but yeah, definitely she needs to see about that. She needs help with that. But next thing, Tina is bonding with her children. She's playing with her little kids, and little Santana, the youngest baby, she told him to say mama. And the baby kept saying dada. And she gonna tell him that she carried him for 9 months. But I'm like, the daddy, he been seeing his daddy way more than he's been seeing you. So don't get frustrated. That's why you need to come home. But the next thing, the Marys are trying to make a decree, and Tina started preaching to the choir, and then she said the craziest thing, that she asked Teddy about every intimate, dirty, explicit detail that he did with the women that he cheated with. And I was like, mm, I I don't know. I mean, I may only have one question in specific that could come to my mind that I could think of even right now that I would ask my husband, but I don't want to hear all that extra stuff. Have that replaying in the back of my mind. Yes, I'm trying to go to bed. But, to each his own. Maybe it was something about hearing all that did something for her. I don't know. But the next scene, Erica and Tina perform, and Erica is falling apart. Then Erica performs her own song, and it was disastrous. I was concerned clutching my own grandmother's pearls, around my neck. Like, oh my goodness. And then she talking about, all she needed some rest. No, she needs to sit down from singing. And that's what I've been saying. She needs to sit down. Both of them. You talking about going solo, but you still talking about leaning and relying on Tina to pick up the slack. Saying it several times. She said it. I don't believe it. It's all about having to do with her voice, but she relies on Tina in general. To be her backup and to be there in her support. And that's the major reason why her solo career is not going to work. Too much relying on Tina. Next, Tina calls Teddy and gives him his verdict on whether or not he can come back home. And she tells him to come back home. And they both cheese. I can tell he was cheesing. They didn't show him, but he was, happy over the phone, and rightly so. He makes his, ex-cheating husband, promises to be a new man and a new husband, like they all say. Hopefully it's true. She then awaits him at the window with a big old Kool-Aid smile on her face. They sat on the couch and was all kissy poo and with their lips. And to be honest, it would take me a minute, because she said that she asked him all of those explicit details of what he was doing with them girls with them lips, and I got a little queasy watching them smooch, all them smooches and stuff with them lips. I would have had a flashback, you know. But anyway, and actually one of my favorite subscriber comments was from my last review, was from a guy named Travis Rodriguez, who said, and I quote, "It's not all about what Teddy did. Tina has to consider herself in this. Do you mean all of this time you did not know that your husband was cheating? Where was your discernment?" It also goes on how married people treat each other. That is a determination on how long the marriage will last as well. If you yell at me, don't consider me, I will ask for separation. So you can realize it yourself. And he said, "I'm just saying." And that was the end of his quote. And I agree with you, Travis. I actually had another man commenting and saying the same thing about Tina. Even the Bible says in Proverbs 25:24 that it's better to live in a corner of a roof than in a house shared with an argumentative woman. I I guess the men say ain't nobody got time for that, coming home from work. And I feel y'all. I had to learn from being a young girl myself. Men don't like all of that noise. So I go ninja silent. If I'm extremely angry to where I want to go off, I rem- I just go silent. And I remember when I first started doing that, I remember one day me and my husband were arguing, and my husband told me to shut up. And so I did. And I remember he couldn't sleep a wink all night because he thought I was going to throw some hot grits on him. So, or something, because I had never went silent before. So he's all scared, but we talked with calm heads and cool tongues the next day, and it was cool. So it's just as Travis wrote and said, it's about considering one another. It's okay. Couples do have disagreements. It may even separate, but what God has joined together, let no man tear asunder. So work it out, right? So next, Tina and Teddy are in counseling, as they told us again, because she mentioned it before early on in the video. Teddy revealed that he was afraid of his overbearing mom when he was younger, so he would always run away and kept things from her. And evidently, Tina is like his mother with a very bad attitude, not approachable many of the times, as we've seen in how she does Erica. It's very hard to talk with Tina. So I can understand from Teddy's standpoint what he's talking about. Even Tina, she admitted that she has anger and rage problems. I actually feel that Tina needs personal counseling with a psychologist before she can really be made whole, because it does not appear that it appears to me that she has some mental illness, going on within her, and with a touch of possession as well. She has real like childlike behavior with the temper tantrums and the mood swings. She even mentioned the mood swings herself, that that's a problem. She can be way up here high and she be way down low, depressed or angry. These are things that she said of herself, which indicates there is a problem. She can look so sweet and innocent with her smiles and with her much blushing that she does when she's in a good moment, but in her bad moment she turns into a enraged beast. And like I said, she admitted in Watch It side interview with Mary Mary, how they have it where you can watch the Mary Mary tapings with Mary Mary as they're commenting. And Tina said of her own self that she noticed in the tape that she growls, and she was growling, and which is also a sign of possession. Like I said, don't no Christian growl even when we do get angry. What is that? That's not a trait of a Christian growling. No, no, boo. It's deeper than that. She wears those rainbow bright side ponytails, like a little 14-year-old from back in the 80s, and look how she sits on the couch. If you watch the Watch It with Mary Mary show, the bottom of her shoes are grounded in the white couch. What grown woman her age sits that way on the couch, or even on someone else's couch for that matter? If we saw one of our children sitting with the soles of their gym shoes deliberately rubbing into the couch, you know, and again, it's a white couch. Why would you sit with the soles of your feet on a white couch? We would tell those kids, get your feet off my couch. I could see if maybe she had socks on sitting that way, but it's still a childlike seated position. If you noticed, go back and look at that if you haven't noticed that, how she sits like that and with her knees to her chin, and very much childlike. I just feel she needs a checkup from the neck up, with and also with spiritual counseling from maybe a real pastor and first lady or something, you know. But the last scene is Warren catching on finally to the truth about Erica's voice going bad. And he seems upset, saying all the while they were rushing him into the studio to finish this album, her voice is, doing all this snap, crackling, and popping, messing up the track. He told her to stop doing the Mary Mary shows, tours, and everything for a while and focus on her Erica Campbell brand. And I feel him because it's like based off of what the doctor said, either way, it's like either way, she's pretty screwed up because, singing and talking too much could rupture something, mess up her vocal cords. She's on camera trying to squeeze out emotional tears about having to choose to either leave Mary Mary or do her solo thing or stay with Mary Mary. And I'm like, you already were leaving to go solo. What do you mean? She's on camera talking about she's going to have to choose between Mary Mary and going solo. I just feel like this is a sign. It really is. She's not strong enough to be on her own. So definitely she shouldn't choose that. And even if she does stay with Mary Mary, the voice is still the same issue. She cannot. I believe in signs. I believe that, for instance, when Michael Jackson signed up for that 50 show tour and named it This Is It, before it happened, I heard about it. I said, ain't no way this over 50-year-old man can do 50 shows back to back to back to back to back to back like that. He's going to kill himself trying to do that. And what happened? I mean, you got to watch for the signs. Erica with her diva, wannabe, bad attitude, self, aspiring to go solo for fame, selling her soul. She creates an album cover looking so in need of help. And oh yeah, there's a big, huge spelling of the word help over her face, in this destitute color gray. And, her breakout song is this old blues version of I Need a Little More Jesus. Then her voice is now going out before her solo career as a solo artist has even got out of the gate. And she's looking for Tina for support already. Tina's not going to be there. Her solo manager, bless his little heart, I like him, Ken Creer, as we saw in the next episode clip. He's trying with all of his little might, okay, all of his little might to book Erica for these solo shows. But the people, wanted to book Mary Mary. So now he's like, she's seen basically in the next scene for next week begging Tina to do the shows with her, that should have actually been solo shows for Erica. And Tina, I could tell she just loving it. She just eating this up because she gets to play it up all dramatic, like, get to say no to Erica in her face, saying because it's for 10 days. I don't go nowhere and be gone for 10 days. The devil is a liar. I'm sure that's not true. That must have made Erica just feel some kind of a way so low. But I'm not shocked because like I told y'all in my previous videos about Miss Wannabe acting like a diva and treating people any kind of a way, rude, okay, that it was going to come back to her because as we all know, what goes around comes back around, right? So basically, she may as well go somewhere and work on another business. She's got that purse and that perfume thing, line trying to come out, even though that whole spicy, sweet, strong combination smell she thought up, it may need some twerking, tweaking. Uh, it don't sound attractive, but she can work it out. I say march on to other business because I'm sorry, but that solo aspiration is a waste of time and money. It's not worth throwing your voice out. Y'all saw her whispering in the next week episode scene where she just, my voice, and she whispering, I'm just saying, I watch for the signs. This is all from the book of my mind. You're welcome to have your own opinion, but God has given his children the gift of discernment. I'm just saying, you got to watch for these signs. If stuff is not adding up, leave it alone. It ain't meant to be. Okay. But y'all, with that being said, shout out to all of you guys, my subscribers. subscribers who have partnered with me in my side money business last night, even the last week. You guys, that's why I actually was late getting this video out, because I was getting my subscriber family into position to make this extra money. I've been doing this particular business that they called me and signed up with for about 2 weeks now, and I've made a few $100s, barely doing anything but as directed, as they teach you in the program, with a one-time fee of $25, also receiving $25 multiple times into my PayPal account instantly. I mean, I love it. They give you a phone call and say, hey, congratulations, you've got money. Go ahead and check it out, confirm. And, I just love getting those calls. I got one at like 6 a.m. in the morning, like, hey, you got money. Congrats. So I like that. I love this new program. I'm also happy to be working in it closely with my social media family. You guys know I call you guys my family, and the ladies that joined me last night are actually sisters, and they watched my videos and heard about my business, and they called me and saying that they had been in a similar program and that they couldn't wait to join this program I'm in now. They actually taught me some things, and they reassured me that they have made several $1,000s, as well from the program that's similar to this one, and look forward to doing the same in this one. I've and that they have actually combinedly over 100 people ready to sign up under them. So I just feel blessed, and I feel like I'm being a blessing to others, when I can help them bring in some extra income, especially from home. You guys know how I feel about working from home, being home with your kids. It's just a wonderful feeling. So shout out to those awesome people, Sabrina and Deborah, and the so many others who signed up last week. It is good to know people who have actually tried these kind of programs, and know that they have made money, because there's too many scams out here, and we don't have time to play that game, right? So I'll put the link in the description box, and you can visit, for more information. I'm not 1,000% sure how they do what they do. I just know I followed the direction. I took a leap of faith. I tried it. It was only $25 one time, and it worked for me. So I know it'll work for you too. Okay. So thanks for watching, you guys. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment below. You guys, love interacting with you, and writing you back. So you guys have a great night. Your sister Truth Seeker 5000 is out. Have a good one.